If you want a new year and a new life, you don't need to start on January. You can still start today and make it your best year. Your first step has to be taking action. If you don't have a plan yet, you can start by doing some of the things that I will mention later, because good intentions are worthless unless they lead to good actions. Everybody wants a better life, but nobody ever had their life changed by somebody hoping or wishing. The first thing you need to do is to wake yourself up and start taking action. And by taking action, you will develop a habit of discipline. And once you discipline yourself in one area of your life, everything else will shift in your life as well. Motivation does not last forever, and that's why you need to develop the habit of discipline while you're still motivated. However, you have to keep in mind that the journey of success in life is always accompanied with pain, either physical or mental. That pain is an essential ingredient, because without it you won't feel happy once you've reached your goals. There is a lot of examples in our daily life that proves that. Studying to pass an exam can be painful and gives you headaches. Exercising in the gym is painful. Waking up early to go to work can be painful. But there are two different types of pain in life. There is the pain of discipline and there is the pain of regret. And believe me when I say discipline's pain weighs ounces, but regret's pain weighs tons. So if you do not start now out of fear of the pain and adversity that will encounter you in the journey, you're just building up the pain of regret, and once you realize that, it will be too late. So get up and go for it. No more fears and no more laziness. Stop being on autopilot mode and be the master of your destiny. And if you have the slightest idea what to do next, go for it. Never wait. Don't be afraid of failure. You will learn from it and become stronger, wiser and better. Keep going no matter what. You have in you what could make you the person you wish you are. So you have this moment, right now. And what you decide to do in this moment can shape the rest of your life. So stop making excuses and start making some changes.
Don't watch the news. Decide when you leave here today to make the news. Right? You don't read the newspaper, you write newspaper articles. You don't read books. Yeah, read them, but learn to write them. And you don't need to you don't need to spend a lifetime writing a book. This was 3 hours. Okay, we sold 40,000 copies of this one book and it was self-published. It's never, ever, ever been in a bookstore. So look, in my life, I mean, what I'm going to give you for the next 50 or 60 minutes, look, if you want to get rich, you want to be really successful. When I say rich, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about a rich life, freedom, time with family, choices, get to do what you want. You get to move where you want, go where you want, do what you want. I've lived in Los Angeles, California for 10 years. I was in La Jolla, California for 12 years before that. I left Texas, 0% state income tax. To move to California, was willing to pay the 10.3. I was fine with the 10.3. Now they want to take it to 13. And I told Jerry Brown, if you raise it to 13, I'm leaving. I'm going to pick up my family. I'm going to pick up my business. Why? Because I'm free. I'm free. I get to roll, baby. I get to do what I want, go where I want. That's why I'm in business for myself. I'm not trapped. I'm not a slave. You're not going to handcuff me. So I'm going to go where it's friendly, where people are supportive, where it's good for me and my business and my family and the people that work with me, and where it's good for me. And I would expect that that's why you got in business for yourself, right? Look, if you want to be in business for yourself and free, you must learn to dominate. You cannot compete, okay? How many were trained this? Competition is a healthy thing. That message was not being delivered to entrepreneurs. That message was being delivered to consumers. There was somebody saying, look, the more oil companies we have, the better, because it's good for the customer, right? The more technology companies we have, it's not just Microsoft, the better for the customer. And inventions and improvements in products comes from competition. But if you're the one playing the game, you want to dominate the field. Would you agree? Let's say I'm playing a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game. I want to be on offense the whole time.
A lot of people come up to me and they ask me, Marco, what is it that motivates you most? And to answer their question, I reply back with a question. I say, what if I told you that you had 1 week left to live? Would you regret not pursuing your dreams, passions, and desires? Would you regret not living your life to the fullest? Would you regret not spending as much time with your family, friends, or loved ones? Steve Jobs said in a speech one time that he used to wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and ask himself questions like this. And he said that if the answer was yes for too many days in a row, then he knew that he had to change something. And that should go for all of us. If you're living a life that you would not be okay with losing because you weren't able to do things you wanted to do, then now you know that you need to change something. Life is simply too short and unpredictable to not live exactly the way that you please. It is ridiculously unpredictable. It is possible that on any given day to die at any point throughout that day without ever being able to see it coming. When I was 13, I had this teacher who was an absolutely amazing person. I'd known him for several years then, and he had 2 kids, a loving wife. He was a man of God, contributed to the community. He gave us everything that he had, and he would bike to school every single day. I always remember him come to school on his bike, and one morning on his way to school, it was early in the morning, he was crossing an intersection. A reckless driver comes out of nowhere, hits him, he dies on the spot, on the moment of impact. His death taught me so many valuable things in life, and one of them being that it went on to show that no matter how much you don't deserve to die, and no matter how good of a person you are, and no matter what your situation is, no matter anything, it goes to show that death is inevitable and random, and it will eventually consume each and every single one of us, whether it's in 50 years, in 10 years, next year, or even tomorrow. You cannot control it. The people around you cannot control it. As long as you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, your whole life could disappear in the blink of an eye, along with everything you wished you could have done. Whether you're walking down the street, whether you're stepping into the elevator, whether you're walking down the stairs, whether you're just existing. Listen, you'll see people from nowhere die of a heart attack. Gone. No family history, no symptoms, no causes, nothing. It happens, and that's the cruel life that we live in, and it's something that we cannot control. So what I want to make clear is that regardless of the path that you take in your life, at one point death will consume you. It doesn't care whether you floss your teeth in the morning, whether you raise a family or not, whether you go on to be rich, poor, a success, a failure, whatever, you are still going to die at one point. It is that simple. And knowing that you're going to die soon should be the biggest motivation to both make the difficult decisions in life and to get your ass out of bed in the morning. So now the question becomes, what is it that you truly have to lose?
When you said to yourself, when the ball comes down, this is what I want to accomplish, you're not the only person that wants to accomplish it. And now I ask you this question: what do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? What do you do when you're not the only one that wants to make $1 million in your company? You're not the only one that wants to be the president. You're not the only one that wants to be the CEO. What if you're not the only one that wants what you want? What if there are thousands of other people who want what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to outgrind them. You got to get up earlier. You got to stay up later. You got to execute, and you got to go from 70 to 120. No excuses, guys. I wish you could pay me $1,000 today. I can tell you 70% is enough. I wish you could pay me $1,500. I wish you could pay me $1,500. But it's not going to happen. You're thinking, I want you to get it out your system. You're thinking, I'm going to work hard for 10 years, then I'll relax. And if that's what you're thinking, this ain't for you.